I am back with one more edition on Node.js playlist. Yes, this is the seventh video in Node.js category. Today we are going to discuss about events in Node.js. This is our agenda of this video. What is events? What is observer pattern? What is listener on dispatcher? How to use events? Predefine events functions. Let's start. Do you have any idea about what is events? I hope you having it right. It's not? Okay, no worries. We will discuss. Events is an reaction of particular action. Meaning, simply I can say example. You having some HTML page, right? I will give some example from that. You are clicking HTML button. While you are clicking that button, you are getting some pop-up. Here, the click is event. So, I am repeating that sentence. Event is a reaction of particular action. Actually, the events are based on observer pattern usually. Do you know? You don't know what is observer pattern? Okay, we will discuss about that. See here, in real time we are using this observer pattern. We all of them having the satellite TV and right now, right? Our TV having connected with some receiver. Like the way everyone will having some receivers and some type of register satellite TVs. This is a TV station. Okay. In DTH, you subscribe one channel. When channel getting dispatched, your listener, meaning this receiver receiving the data. For example, today you are subscribing Discovery channel. So whenever the TV station dispatching that channel, you automatically getting that, right? Like the way everyone is getting it. No one directly giving to that channel and providing you, right? It automatically, when the data is getting dispatched, your listeners automatically receiving it. This is called observer pattern. You are subscribing for something. When the dispatching the particular subscription, your listener automatically capture that. That is called observer pattern. Okay, let's start. I am creating one JS file called sample1.js. Okay, here I am exporting one event. Here I am exporting modules event from this page. So here the events module is predefined one. This is predefined global inbuilt node module. This is specific for events. Just I am going to create the object based on this event. I am keeping event emitter. Just I am having this name. You can give any name. From this events object, I am creating using this event module object. I am creating one object called event emitter. Okay. Right now we having our own object. So using this object only, we are going to subscribe our listener, also dispatch our events. Okay. Let's register our events. Event emitter dot on. This is a one of function. This function only using for registering the events. It will have two parameters. The first one is string type. It will have getting the events name. I am giving like sample event. So the second one is callback function. This is going to perform reaction, meaning whenever the events getting dispatched, this listener will get the event and it will execute what we are giving here. Just I am having one function. In this function printing like here you can see I am giving the event name called sample. Here I am giving the callback function for this particular listener. Okay, like the way you can give any number, you can create any number of events using this object. So creating the events include creating the listener or also dispatching the event. One more thing, I said you can create any number of events. One more thing, like the way you can create the listener for same event, but it having some limitation. By default, you can able to create the listener up to 10, but still you can extend it. By default, the particular nodes event object will accept 10 events, 10 event listener. If you are adding more than that, you will get an error like memory leakage exception, but you can able to extend that limitation. I will show you how we are going to extend that. Okay, the next we are going to about how we are going to dispatch this event. Here you can see I am creating the two listener with the same event name. Maybe here I can specify two. Okay, for dispatching the event or emitting the events module providing even this module providing emit function. This function, the first parameter define the which event it's going to emit or dispatch. Let me execute this. Here you can see sample event trigger. Second I get this one. Okay, you got it right. Here I am dispatching the event. These two listener getting that dispatch and executing. Okay, what is the order of this? For example, I have added 10 listener. In which sequence it will get the listener? For example, here we having to it, right? Which one will execute first? It is based on our registration, because all the events what we are registering here, node internally maintain one queue. In that is called event loop. In that queue it will register, this is a first registration, this is a second registration. So whenever we are dispatching the particular event, emitting that particular event, that event queue will get loop, that is called event loop. Using that loop, it will dispatch one by one. It will, all the reactions will perform. Here you can see it, right? Okay, here you can see I am dispatching the same event 3 times. Let me execute this. We are getting 3 times this 2 execution. In some cases, you maybe need only one time. Even you are creating the listener, but that listener has to execute only one time. We can able to achieve that? Yes, we can able to. Instead of this on, you can call the function called once. Let me execute again. Here you can see the event.trigger, sample.trigger executed only one time, but the -2 executing 3 times, because we used here once. If we are creating adding the listener using the once function, it will execute only one time. Okay. For example, is there any possibility to pass the value from emit to particular listener? Yes, we can. How we can able to? Here I am passing 1. Here you can see here in that listener creation I added one parameter. I am here I am printing that parameter, the values, like the way I am adding the parameter for both. While dispatching the event, I am passing the value for that parameter. There is no limitation here. You can add any number of parameter. Based on this listener, you can declare any parameters. For example, here I am adding B. If you are adding B, here you can able to pass 2. Like the way you can pass any number. Let me try with first this. I am clearing the window. I am executing. You can see here we used once, so it trigger only one. So the value is 1. Here value is 1, value is 2, value is 3. So like the way you can pass any number, you can do it. I told you, right? The same even by default we can able to add listener maximum 10 times. Let me confirm that. Here you can see, using the for loop I am creating the listener for that sample event. This is starting from 1 to less than 10, so it will 10 times the listener will get add. Let me run now. You can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 times we are getting this listener. Okay, let me increment 1 11. Let me try now. Here you can see we are getting the error. The max listener exceed warning, possibly even emitter memory detect, because the by default the node modules events having limitation of 10. The same event you can able to add the listener only for 10 times, but we can able to increase. Let me check. Here you can see, using this event object I am calling the function called set max listener. It will take one parameter, that is called numeric parameter. I am passing 11, so the even maximum size getting updated. So let me try now. Here you can see I am not getting the error, but if I try till 12, I will get an error. If I increase this maximum size 12, we are not getting the error. Here you have to understand, I am increasing the size using this. Maybe I am creating one more object, even 2. Here I am trying to register that one. Here you can see, here I will specify the object name too. It will be, here you can see I am having the two object event object. In first object also I am creating the sample event. Second object also I am creating the sample event. Here I am dispatching only the first object event. Okay, let me try now. Here we are getting the error because we set the maximum listener only for this object, not this. So that's the reason when we are trying to add the more listeners there, we are getting the error. Let me do it on outside. Okay, now I am trying it. We are not getting the error. Also, even though if you are having the same name in different object, it won't trigger because the events are added to the listener to the specific object, also dispatching to the specific object. You got it? If I change here, it getting executed only one time because we are dispatching the sample event to only for this object. So what are the listeners are added to this object, it will get increased. Okay, I am adding back to here. Here we are increasing the size using the particular object, right? Instead of that, we can do one more. Previously, we set the maximum listener size to the specific object. Now we are getting use. This is a event emitter is a global object for this event module. In this global object itself, we are getting increase. So it will affect entire. Whenever you are creating the new object, also it will be increase. But while you are doing like this, you have to make sure, because for example you are declaring here, maybe before the line itself some events are getting registered, also it will get affected. Okay, let me show you. See here, we get globally, so we are not getting any error here. Okay, let me create one sample ATM kind of action here using these events, so you can able to get a clear understanding. Here you can see I created one account emitter, one object. It having the two uh, listeners added here in the event of transaction. One is calculation. This is a function here. Here I am having the calculation function. Okay, this function going to, if it is a deposit, our particular action having the two parameter, one is action and amount. If it is a deposit, we are incrementing the our base object. If it is not withdrawal, we are reducing it. Like the way we having one more listener, it is going to send the message like console.log. Okay, let me execute this. Let me check. Here I am having the ATM method. This ATM function only going to emit the action. Here I am calling the function. First I am depositing the function. Let me try. Anyone got the point why the events are not getting trigger? I did one silly mistake. Here I have to specify the event name, right? This is event name. Next we have to specify our parameter. Let me check now. See here, I am getting, you have deposited 1000 amount. Super, I got deposited. Okay, let me try in loop. I equal to 1000, I less than or equal to 10,000, I plus equal to, I am incrementing every time 1000. Okay, so I am doing this function call in this loop. Let me try now. We are getting message. Let me change this 10,000. Okay, you can see we are getting deposit. Okay, after this I am doing some withdrawal. Withdraw. I am doing 1000 rupees withdraw. Let me try now. I am clearing. You can see 9,000 deposited into our account, 1000 withdraw. Here you can see you have withdraw. Okay, we have done. Maybe after this also I am depositing some amount. Okay, after withdrawing I am depositing 5,000. Let you see here 13,000, right? But in middle I don't want to unsubscribe this send message, this event. I mean I am having the need of, I want to switch off this message option. So how we can do? We having the method called off. OFF. It is again will have the two properties. First one is event. The second one is so message particular listener name. Okay, let me check now. Till this we having the send message listener in our even bucket. Here we are removing it, so we could not get the listener for this. Let me check. See here, till withdrawal we get it. Okay, so right now you having idea of how to add the listener, how to dispatch the event, how many events we can able to create, how many listeners we can able to create, how we can increase the default listener maximum size, how we can increase the default listener maximum size globally. You having this much idea. Still it having more function, like the way you can able to remove all listeners. Here what is the difference between these two? This will dispatch only particular event, particular listener, but this remove all listener will remove all the listeners of particular event. You got it right? Okay, still the events having multiple functions. You can go through the Node.js website, you will get idea. Okay, I hope you having the better idea. Okay, we will meet you on next video. Bye. Thank you.